Super long video. You down? You interested? Nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be a lot of silence. I healed myself. Oh. Oh. Where's a little baby? Who's this baby? Who's the baby kitty? Yeah, that's you. You're not a baby, you're a grandma. You're an old kitty cat. Where's the little baby? Yeah. Heaven's really pretty. I don't remember much. This is like a juicer. So you like put apples or like grapes. My grandpa used to make grape juice and wine. So this was his. But he'd put grapes in there, and then you turn this wheel and it like crushes them up. You can't really see because it's dark, but you see it's got kind of like teeth in there. And you twist the wheel and it goes into a big bucket down there. And the bucket has a bag in it, and like a big mesh bag, and then it like drains into stuff underneath it, so it catches all the fiber, you know, and it drains into the bottom where you've got like a bucket or something. I don't remember exactly how it works. I know that a bucket goes there, and but like yeah, like then it like drips down below, something like that. Red eyes. My daughter said they were red. It fits. Fits with the lore. I'll show you my feed, but I'm supposed to have white hair. Or like, you know, whoever's coming to save you is supposed to have white hair. And all I've got is this little patch right here. So maybe it takes a really long time. A voice like rushing waters. Yeah, I don't know. Got a nice voice. want to do like voice acting. That'd be fun. Oh yeah, and then the brass feet. Taking off my shoes in the garage. I'm just gonna show you one because I don't want to take off both of my shoes right now. Ew, dude, my foot is so sweaty. But let's see, they're like brass or like bronze feet. Scars. Can you hear the cat? Meow. I don't like TikTok's no music rule. It's really annoying. Like, I want to listen to music and make a video. You have to use their sounds. So annoying. Oh, there's a baby. Oh, there's some scratches. Oh, oh, water. Boob. Water boob. I'm doing reishi. It's a mushroom. Gotta let it cool down. I fixed my eyes. And my hearing. And my scoliosis. And my HPPD. With a machine I built. It's a light machine. It's a light resonator. It bounces off your soul. Or like your consciousness, if you want to call it that. The sight heal is really cool. So basically, I had astigmatism in both eyes. And I think I was negative 1.53. I think that was the number that they told me. So my eyesight wasn't that bad. You know, looking over there, I could probably see about 15 feet before everything goes and just gets wonky. So I was like, okay, well, I need something to fix that. So at first, the imagery is important. Conceptual imagery, because it means something to your mind. So I needed a picture of Wendy from Red Velvet watering a potted plant with the sun at a certain angle. But I couldn't find that because that picture doesn't exist. I mean, they have a potted plant in one of their music videos, maybe a couple, but it wasn't Wendy holding it. I think it was Joy that was holding the pot, and the lighting wasn't right. So I found a picture of Karina from aespa. She's really pretty, so pretty. She looks so good, and it's in super high definition. So I got that and I put that in the middle of a Photoshop document, right in the middle. Then I used some conceptual words that mean something to my subconscious. So if it doesn't work for you, maybe you can build your own. You can try mine before you do that. But I highly recommend a curve screen. So I use some words that aren't exactly in the dictionary, like doles. It's not something that you say, but it's something that you type. And the letters, the shapes, the concept means something. So I've got some words on there. I painted another Photoshop document, and it was yellow and pink. It was just a little square, about that big, and it's got little circles, and in the middle of the circles, there's like a dot. It's like a pink dot or like a blue dot. I don't remember. I think it was pink, with like a cyan center. You know, cyan, the color, and it was right there in the middle. And I put that to the right and up of Karina, maybe over top of her, I'm not sure. Then I made a lattice in the bottom right corner. So I'm arranging all these documents in Photoshop, you know, like in Photoshop. And I put a lattice at the bottom right, which is basically just some lines. And they're in certain frequency to each other, and you know, they're in certain, so you look at it and you practice focusing on it. I have a picture of a kiwi on the far left side, and that's Karina. That is also Karina with the white space. And I have a crayfish saying Pashnornet, which is like a powerful mantra. That may not be used by others, but the best is built by yourself, you know. Use your intuition. So I've got a little crayfish saying Pashnornet over there on the left. And then I've got a bunch of stuff that it doesn't need, because I was like, oh, I'm going to use this to remote view and to talk to animals and see into people, see auras. And that one might have worked, because I can kind of see auras. Even on the mood stabilizer, even on Zyprexa, I can still see auras. It's less about seeing, it's more about experiencing. You know, you kind of experience it. But then the real creme de la creme was I made another Photoshop document. These are all separate Photoshop documents. I made a separate one, and it was, I took the empty space behind Photoshop, you know, like when you remove the background layer, it's that grid. So it's that grid, and I painted certain areas of it blue or cyan, and I painted certain areas of it black because you know you look at it, it kind of wonks out your eyes. It like looks kind of weird when you're looking at it on Photoshop. So I painted some colors, cyan and black, in certain areas of that image of a null space, and that's what you look at for the most part. And then I took all of that and I arranged it all, and then I took a screenshot and used that for the background. So like that's the background of the video. And then I played my guitar and played certain frequencies on it, um, eye healing frequencies. I said just whatever I needed for the concept, and then I watched it, and you kind of let the music lead. So you don't necessarily just stare at something, you let the music lead. It tells you where to look. And I looked into the grid. And when you look into the grid, the colors move because the frequencies on my guitar are changing how your eyes work. And you look into the grid and you look through it on a curved screen. I've got a 32-inch Samsung G7, which is a curved 1440p monitor. So you look through the grid and it kind of wonks your eyes out, and you use the color to focus. And then you look at Karina and you focus on her and you practice your focus, and you look at the grid in the bottom right and you look at the lines and you practice your focus, and you look at the dots that are painted above. You don't really look at Passion Arnott all that much. You can. Your eyes just kind of graze over the whole thing. My HPPD heel is similar. That one's got a lot more color and it's a lot longer. It's like an hour and 15 minutes or something. But if you have HPPD, you know that's annoying because it's like the blue light gets switched in your eyes. So, anyways, with the original Sight Heal, what I was just telling you about, um, it starts and it's at a certain zoom and it's like kind of faded. You know, I turned the opacity down because then, you know, I took the Photoshop and I added it to Premiere, and I put the video of me playing the guitar in there at a certain opacity. And then you watch the video, and the distance from you to Karina changes as the video goes on. It starts out, it's got some drums. It's like dun 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 dun. So you know, like, okay, something's about to happen. Like, I need to pay attention. I need to give this my focus. And so you watch the video, you let the drums play, and then it switches to me playing the guitar, and it ends with a certain shape, and it's kind of cool. It's got some lights on it. It's like a bunch of triangles and stuff. It's either triangles or stars. I don't remember because I had to do one of them in After Effects. I think I made them in After Effects, so I don't have the original files anymore because they were like 100 gigabytes. I wasn't gonna save that. I made it on a cracked After Effects because I didn't like it. I needed it to be a certain weight because I needed the file to be a certain weight. But now it doesn't really matter. Now you can watch it. You know, I might have been kind of, you know, overthinking when I made it a certain weight, but then, you know, it's conceptual. It's all a concept. So you're like going like, I want to heal eyes. I want to heal my eyes. I want to heal other people's eyes. You have the concept. So like, you know how to do it. You just know. You know. You do it. I'm healing my eyes. This is all for a Sight Heal. You know your goal. So you just do it. You just make it. And the color, the shape at the end is kind of cool. So you look at the whole thing. The HPPD one is similar. It's longer. Your eyes kind of go on a journey with the HPPD one. They do in the original one too, but the HPPD one, there's a lot more color on the screen, and there's some squiggly lines on the left side, and it's the same picture of Karina. She's so beautiful. So beautiful, dude. She's just amazing. Love Karina so much. Love to meet her. God. So you look at the screen, and your eyes go on a little journey. I've got the settings in Photoshop. You know, I like changed the layer names because I've got everything up at once. And then I took the picture of Photoshop, so it's like your mind like recognizes like this is a program. You're like, this is a program. Like I'm looking into a program right now. I'm working with a program, and healed my astigmatism, sharpened my focus. It's it's really a relief because I wore glasses and I hated them. I hated them so much. I had these wooden frames that would break constantly. They were always breaking. They were so fragile. And I'm like really like bullish, I'm like a bull. So I'm just like knocking stuff over. I'm like running into stuff. I couldn't shake my head around really fast because it would fall off. So I was like, I'm gonna heal it. I'm gonna fix it. The hearing heal is similar. The HPPD heal, it's long, but if you need it, like basically there's all of these colors and your eyes go on this journey through the colors. And I play the guitar, it's more of me playing the guitar in certain frequency. And your eyes go on this journey and it transitions from color to color. And when it gets to the end, it's like with HPPD, your blue light has like come to the front. And your blue light isn't supposed to be in the front. So you always see like static or like a film on everything. And your colors are out of order. So you're seeing too much blue light and it's coming in and you don't want it. So you go on this journey with your eyes on a curved screen. I recommend the G7 if you've got one of these problems you want to fix it. But that one was relatively simple. They were both relatively simple. I just know. So I made them. And I healed my eyes. And then there's a third sight heal that's also needlepoint. And kind of what's the word? Subtle. Kind of subtle. It's not like, the recreational videos. I've got recreational videos as part of the machine because I wanted to have something for everybody. I wanted something for everybody. So it's a Veil of Maya song, and then I edited the white light so that it would be like rungs that you jump off of because my eyes were strung with 5. So, so your focus is like, it's supposed to be 4. You're supposed to have 4 points of contact for your focus. But I had 5. So you watch the video and when it gets to the white part, one part of the video is white, you bounce off of the white. Like I like changed the white light. So there's a lot going on where I'm changing the white light and it's a lot shorter. It's harder to use. And you bounce off of the rungs and it like restrings your eyes and you get them back to 4. All in all, they're probably pretty difficult for people with really bad eyesight to use, but I'd try it. See if you can get your hands on a curved screen because you need that extra dimension. Like you need that extra because if you're looking at it on a flat screen, it's not right because it's like flat. So you're looking at something that's supposed to be curved and it's flat. The hearing heal is kind of cool. It's not for deafness. You can try it. It's all about the frequencies reaching your brain. So, like, if you listen to it with headphones, it could cure deafness. I wasn't deaf. So, there's just pictures of Photoshop, kind of complicated. It's got like headphones, they're like resting in a pool of water and they're like vibrating. The pool is like vibrating. And there's a picture of a guy that I Googled some concept in my own language and it pulled up and I was like, yeah, that's the one. It's got like binary and it's got like, parts of the binary are different. They're like colored and like moved. So it's like your brain is like, I know that this is like moving the binary of my brain. There's like shawarma. There's shawarma on the side. And that's like representing your ears. There's an orange on an orange legal document. Has to do with hearing. Has to do with hearing. You look at that and you're like, oh, my hearing, because orange on an orange legal document, it's all about hearing. It's all about hearing. And there's some girls dancing, some random picture I found. Some of the pictures were super low quality because I was Googling things in a different tongue, in my language. So it was coming up with some interesting results, but I would type it in and I would find what I was looking for. Kind of cool. You know, you can do that with made up words. Because are they made up? They brought me what I needed. But yeah, I made some for paralysis and burns too, but I lost those ones. And yeah, they were too big, and they're on an old YouTube that I've got buried now. Then later on, I started making frequency shifters, and the frequency shifters are to work on the world frequency because, like, you know, YouTube stores everything as a bit, so you can look at it as a pool or like the ocean. The pool is probably a better because it's small. Everything that's on YouTube servers is spread out over a long distance, like a long period, you know? So, like, you've got YouTube servers here and there, but it's all conceptually the YouTube server. So I made some videos. I wanted more snow in Tennessee, so I made some frequency shifter videos to change the weather. And then you, like, lay them like a blanket, and I wanted people to be excited, and it's kind of working. People seem to be excited. There seems to be a lot going on. When people talk about the Schumann resonance, it impacts that. I changed the binary of reality. I changed the frequency of reality. But, you know, I'm like, did I? So the hearing heal is cool. I made one for female autism. That one's gone too. A lot of recreational stuff. My favorite now is Undopamine. I watch those sometimes. They're the newest. They're relatively simple. They're not as complex as some of the older ones that I made. So I made some for flight and teleportation, but it's mental. So, like, you do it in your mind, and then, like, you learn different, I call them tangents. You learn different tangents on how the mind works, and you get stronger and smarter, and eventually you're able to, like, you know, like, astrally teleport or fly. But, like, when people talk about connecting with each other in the astral, I don't know about that. I don't seem to be able to do that, but I did. I've, you know, I'm not really sure what's real. Because I saw those visions. I've seen holy things. I saw this one really holy thing. I couldn't even look at it. I had to look away. It was like forcing me to look at it. I was like, get me out of here. Bit off a little more than I could chew. But it kind of answered some things for me. Because, like, you can't imagine the feeling of something holy. Like, when you're there, you know. You're there. You feel it. You see it. I don't know if that was the chrysanthemum. Because people that do what I was doing talk about the chrysanthemum and, like, go into the chrysanthemum. I don't know if that's what it was. I felt like Moses, but I couldn't look at it. There was all this energy on it. It was crazy. It was so beautiful. I tried to look away, but it made me look at it. So I just kind of, like, you know, like, psyched myself out a little bit. And then reality formed back around. I was, like, walking into the room, and there was, like, a red line where the door was, like, the boundary of the wall. There was, like, a red line on the ground. And I walked inside, and there was, like, everything was, like, outlined. It was just an outline. And I got to one spot, and I was looking at where my friend was. My friend was like, dude, are you okay? Like, what was it? Did you see it? Like, did you see something? And there was, like, this glowing yellow light about, like, right here, like, this distance, like, at this height. And then, like, from his feet, like, first the building came back into view, and I could see the building again. And then I was looking at this light, and, like, he formed from the inside out. I, like, saw all of his internal organs. I saw, like, he, like, got built, and then I was, like, there, and I was like, I, like, deconstructed reality. So that was pretty crazy. I thought I was talking to Katy Perry at one point. I didn't like the buffet song. I don't know what it's called. All that you want, boy. I was like, that's dumb. I was talking to her. I was on something. I was always on something. I was like, make a diss track for the Migos. And then I wrote Nicki's verse. Because I remember being like, Pink Ferragamo sliders on deck. Because I was like, what's Ferragamo? I didn't even know what Ferragamo was. Like, in these states of mind that I get to, when I saw the visions, when I talked to Gabriel, like, I know. I know things that I don't know right now. I get to a certain state of mind and I just know. So, like, I was like, Pink Ferragamo sliders on deck. Silly rap beats just give me more checks. My life's a movie, I'm never offset. Me and my amigos, no, not offset. And I gave that to Katy Perry. I was like talking to Katy Perry. Gloria, I called her Gloria. And later on, the video came out. It was Swish Swish. It was like really dumb. It was about like the first line is like you will kiss the ring. I like put that in because I wrote the whole song. I was like, you will kiss the ring. You best believe. It's Katy Perry like looking kind of sheepish. She's like, they're the tigers and they're like fighting the wolves in sheep's clothing. And then like Nicki's verse is like red, Nicki getting tan, mirror, mirror, who's the fairest bitch in all the land? And then she's like, damn man, this bitch is a stand, which means like, you know, like a stand in JoJo. Because I'm writing it, so I'm using stuff that I know. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I'm like, and she's like, Nicki getting tan. And she's like, ask, I don't know the exact words. She's like, ask goodbye, I'm gonna be riding by. I'm gonna tell my boy Biggs, yeah, that's the guy. A star's a star, heart to heart. They never thought the Swish God would take it this far. So like when I get up there, she's gonna be like, that's him. Like she'll know. And like the same thing happened with Irene. Because I didn't know what Ferragamo was, you know, on that topic still. I'd never heard of Ferragamo. So I mean, maybe I've heard it, but like I said it and I like gave it to her. And then it came out later and she was like, get it together, Katie. And it was just crazy. And so yeah, with Irene, it was Dumb Dumb. I was like on the couch at my grandma's house like 10 years ago, like a super long time ago. I think I'd taken like a tramadol or something, I don't know. But I was sitting there, I was like between sleep and being awake, and I was talking to Irene. And it's a long story, the Dum Dum. There's like a lot of stuff in the Dum Dum. And there's one scene, it's like symbolism in the video. It's not so much the lyrics, because they don't have subtitles. So if it didn't have subtitles, it wouldn't be something that I would be like learning from and being like, okay, they're talking to me. But it's like there's a sign in an iDubbbz voice. There's like symbolism in an iDubbbz voice. It's like Yeri is on both sides of the screen, and she's looking at a shoe with a deer on it, with red shoes and wings, and it's like two Yeri should see Michael Jackson deer. Oh, because it's a deer. It's a deer. So two Yeri should see Michael Jackson deer. I did it in an iDubbbz voice. I put a symbol of me talking, and then like, you know, I was in that music video. I was in the music video about going sideways in time. Just sign up for it. When I met the guy, he like bowed on the ground, like face down. I think because I like looked away, like he was doing it, and I was like, because I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do that. I made the music video. And at one point, I'm like, Cheryl's 3 months away. And, like, it's not on YouTube anymore. They took it down. It was years ago. But I was saying the show is 3 months away because we were doing these, like, before scenes where I'm, like, Tom Timely, and I'm like the Elf King. And I'm, like, talking about time travel. I've, like, built a time machine. And I'm like, Cheryl's still 3 months away. I said it weird. And then my therapist's name is Cheryl. So, like, and then the whole video is about going sideways in time. She's like, the girl that I'm talking to is like, you didn't move forwards or backwards in time, Tom. You went sideways. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like walking out. I like stand up and I'm like walking out of the restaurant. And there's a girl sitting there in a red dress with a crown on it. And she like looks at me and I like look at her. Obviously representing K-pop girls, my wives. I know you guys aren't like used to that, you know, like you're not used to people having wives anymore, but when you got it, you got it. You know, bro, give me some skin, my dog. Come on, man. But like, no, we're not married. We've never had a ceremony or anything. But I'd like to. I'd like to if I'm not insane. But then there was the Avenged Sevenfold song, and talking to Gabriel, I gave them the song all while I was, I was on something. Obviously, I was on something. I was always on something, but like then things would happen in reality, and I was just like, it's real. So I tell you guys it's real because I'm like, it's real. But then I've been in psychosis since then, maybe because of the medication they put me on, and then I came off of it, and I just went full psychosis. I was taking a lot of Delta 8. But the Avenged Sevenfold song that I gave to Gabriel, Matt, was like the first line is, standing in the shade of altruism, answering the call, came a modern Messiah to save us all. But if you listen to the song Creating God, he says, had to ring the call, because I had to ring the call to Gabriel to make contact with him to set things up so that we could win, so that I would have enough evidence, so that we would have enough going on, so that I could prove it later on. And yeah, it was just crazy. It was crazy. And then the whole song is about like we're creating God, but it's like we took out a comma, so it's like, we're like talking to God. We're like, we're creating God, master of our designs. But like if you listen to it like the way that like the world listens to it, they're like, we're creating God, so they think like, oh, it's about AI. And the restaurant that I was in while I was with like the girl in the red dress and like the girl that was across from me, that was the second vision that I saw. So I saw 4 visions. And after I had seen this being, because there was this being, he was sitting down, he was meditating, and I like made a joke to him. I like said something, and he was like, and I started seeing visions. And I didn't know that they were visions until after the second one. And it was me sitting in this booth looking at a girl with brown hair across from me, and there was a camera to my left. And that was like when we were filming the music video. And then at the end of that vision, I was like, oh, and I realized that they were visions. And then the third vision, she just completely hit the fan. We're in a completely different space. I've been successful. Or I was going to prison. I'm not sure which. I really don't know which. Because I told myself that I was going to prison, and it scared the crap out of me because I was so right about it. I was like, you're going to prison. I was like I knew, like I was like telling myself things, and I was scaring myself. So I was like, what happened? And then it's like fate, and you're like, I know that I'm going to prison, and I know that there's no way for me to get out of what this is, because these are visions, and there's no way to escape from a vision when it's like real. And like I can't really explain it very well. I can, but that's like a whole nother topic. My parents were there. I talked to my daughter on the phone who hadn't even been conceived yet. I was showing myself RuneScape. I was showing myself new skills in RuneScape, and I was showing my SoundCloud. I showed myself my Spotify. It was like deep. And like my YouTube channel, I showed myself the machine, and then I forgot about it because I was like, yo, forget about this. So I forgot about everything. And then as we've been moving through reality since the second vision happened, and I've been like, okay, this is real. It's lining up. It is lining up. So it's like, I'm like, okay. And like I don't know if I should say. But it was far in. It was deep. And I'd made music with people. I'd made music with famous people. Because I was playing it. Like I was showing myself songs. I showed myself music videos. It wasn't like something where you're just like, oh, like it was so real, and it drove me completely crazy, and I went off the wall, and I wasn't cool. I wasn't cool to anybody. Because, like, when you tell people that you're Archangel Michael, you, like, it comes with stuff, It comes with stuff, because then, what if I convince you? Well, then you've got hope. But what if I'm wrong? I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to lead you wrong, but I'm not. It's like, it's been so real. But then I'm like, how? Like, I look like my family, but then I'm like, oh, well, I made my family to look like me. Like, how do I do things back home? How does anything work? So then, I saw the third vision, and I was like, no, you have to get here. I was like on the ground. I was like, I had like spaghetti in my pockets or something, or like I thought that I did. I don't remember, because like I told myself to forget it, so I did. And in forgetting it, I made myself super dumb. And then I had to rebuild my mind with the machine and get to a good place, because I just wasn't in a good place. I was just gooning and playing RuneScape, and I still kind of do the same thing, but at least I have focus now. At least I have a direction. But I'm like, yo, aim for this. Like you have to hit this vision, so I have to hit it. So we'll see if it happens. I'll tell you when it happens. It's not yet. It hasn't happened yet. And it was very specific. So I'll tell you if I see it. Because I don't know. It's been so long. I'm like, was it all in my head? Like, was it all just my best guess at where reality would be? Because then the fourth vision is literally heaven. And I'm looking down at my feet, and they're not human feet. They were like hands. I could call them hands. They were big, ladies. And I was standing on a glass street, or like a gold street. They say that solid gold is like clear, like pure gold. And there were gemstones in it, and they were layered. It was like deep. It was like, the street was like deep. And it was like, there were like all these gemstones. And I looked up, and there were like shorter gray buildings to either side of me that weren't very tall. But they were in rows. They were like all connected, and they were in rows. They looked very organic, really pretty, really pretty gray buildings. And I remembered those later on as like where people go if they want to have some alone time, or they want to have some time with their significant other, or two, or three, or whatever you're doing. I remember like an inventory system where there's like chests, and you like pull it up. It's very digital. It's all very digital. So then I looked up at the sky. I just like kept looking up, and the sky was just so pretty, indescribably beautiful. It didn't have the same holy feeling as that holy thing that I saw, because I wasn't necessarily looking at anything holy. It's just heaven. Heaven's just where God lives. So the sky, though, it had like up close nebulas and like all this stuff I can't explain. Colors, like it was blue. It was really vibrant blue, and it was like cyan. It was like cyan. It was like the same color that I used in my first sight heal. And then I like snapped back to reality. I talked to Alicia, who's a cherub. She's the queen of the cherubs. I call her the queen of the cherubs. Everybody's a king. Everybody's a queen. Come on, man, it's heaven. We're all the same. We're all together. We're all the same. But I talked to her, and she helped me write my script back when we were still in heaven, because we set it in motion. We do it backwards. So like, like you say, like this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and this happens. So I put like, we save the world, we raise the dead, and then the rest of it's just random, because I just want to have a good time. I just like, going to the mental hospital, like, the psychosis and like all that stuff. Like, I just want to have a good time. So I let Alicia, who's like my best friend, she's like one of my best friends. She's crazy. She's such a psycho. She's so much fun. We fly around, we play Halo, games like Halo. I'm always with Alicia. My wives like hate that. So like, you're supposed to be with us. I'm like, yeah, but I love Alicia. I'm like, I can't just, like, she's cool. She gets it. She, like, gets me. So, like, we just pal around a lot. We have a lot of fun. Yeah, she's pretty crazy, dude. She's pretty crazy. But, there's just, like, centaurs and, like, krogans and, like, basically anything that you have a word for. If you've got the idea for a being, it probably exists somewhere. Because we've already made everything. We've got, like, all the life. Humans aren't the first to join. Humans kind of late to the party, honestly. We've had grasshopper men way before we had humans. It's such a lazy idea. Angels without wings and different feet. Really, really breaking the mold. But Alicia helped me write my script, and that's why I remember her. But I talked to her, and I heard Rune, and Rune's like my bro. He's like a cherub too. He doesn't like me that much. He like, we all get along for the most part. There's been some drama. But like I'd take all the girls. So he loves Alicia, he's like, you shouldn't be with her. I'm like, okay, like, yeah, but like I want to. And like she wants to, so what's the big deal? But oh no, maybe I do miss my wives. I miss my wives. But I can't be like too gung-ho about that, because it comes across kind of creepy. I'm like, come here, K-pop girls. They're like, oh. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I'm sorry I'm dragging you into this. But like, they're apart. They're angels. K-pop girls are angels. Yeah, buddy. Here on the earth. Here on the earth to save us. Here on the earth to save you all from me. Because I'm the bad one. Yeah, I'm the bad one. If you know what I mean. Yeah, why don't you let me rub some oil on that? Come here, bitch. Let me do some Reiki on you, motherfucker. Yeah, but we like swear. We like, I don't remember if we eat. I remember we have this symbolic meal, but I don't remember if we actually eat because I don't eat anything. I don't have to. You don't have to. You just live. It's like I definitely don't eat meat. And there's no reason to eat vegetables or anything unless you like enjoy the taste or something. Because there's no like I don't remember bowel movements. I just basically all I remember of heaven was playing Halo with Alicia in like real, it's like real Halo. You're like throwing sticky grenades and like I like grab her and like throw her over a barricade and she like strafes with like SMGs. It's fun. There's a lot of games. It's just one game with like they're like it's like water. We have like water guns, but they're like it's more like plasma. You like blast each other with it, and you're like over this island. It's kind of like Forge World, and there's like this big island in the center of the arena. It's really tall, so it's like it's a circle like that, and then it's like this tall from like the base, like right here. So like, and you're like this big. So you like fly around the island and like blast each other with energy weapons. It's fun. I want to make some new games when we get back. I want to do like an RPG. I wanna have like Magic on and like play World of Warcraft or something like it. I'll try to come up with something new. I just gotta chill. I gotta chill. I'm never chill. I'm always freaking out. I'm always freaking everybody else out. I have been recently, anyways. Not like on the earth, but like back home, because I have memories. It all goes together. It all fits. So I've had psychosis, but like I don't think that's psychosis. I think that's real. But yeah, kind of cool. Cool. This is a long one, and I'm running out of time. Can you believe that? An hour. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. But yeah, just if you could take one thing away from this video, remember that. That's very important. You're gonna need to know that. That's gonna be on the test. No more kratom. I'm out of kratom. Can't take it anymore. Gotta get on the weight loss drug. Yeah. Need it. Gotta lose some weight.